I wish I had some kind of interesting question this week, but I just don't. I got nothing, Melissa. 306 episodes, and now I got nothing.
Finally, you are dry.
I am dry, yeah. Melissa, how are you?
I'm good. I've got something I want to tell you about.
Please do.
So there is a video that I saw once on Cartoon Network. Okay. And it wasn't a show. It was like a weird interstitial bit that aired in between shows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's footage from the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. And it's sort of grainy. And it's Barney Rubble, and he's walking through Fred's house trying to find Fred, and he can't find Fred. Okay. And there's no dialogue. There's no audible dialogue. It's just spelled out in subtitles at the bottom. He's like, well, I'm going to go find Fred. Just walking through Fred's house trying to find Fred. Oh, there goes that lamp again. I guess Fred really likes that lamp. He's bought a lot of those lamps. I keep seeing that lamp. Where's Fred? And he runs into Fred, and Fred is pacing back and forth, and he says, I walk to the right, I walk to the left, I walk to the right, I walk to the left. And he's like, Barney, I don't know what's going on. I keep walking past the same window. I feel like I'm going in a circle.
I don't need to walk around in circles. Walk around in circles. Is that
so you
the
know
start
what I'm talking? Yes.
Of that? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I bring this up because if you didn't know what I was talking about, that sounds like it is a fictional creepypasta that somebody wrote and posted on a Reddit.
Sure. Yeah. We've discussed this in the past. I was never like a Disney kid. I didn't really watch Disney growing up. I had the channel. I had Nickelodeon, but my favorite was always Cartoon Network. So I watched that religiously. So yes, the I don't need to walk around in circles thing, the gorilla for sale, gorilla for, like, all of those little song things that they used to do as their like interstitials. Yes, I remember all of them.
They were called Cartoon Network Groovies, and this one I'm talking about is set to the soul-coughing song Circles, which says, I don't need to walk around in circles. It's about being repetitive, being stuck in life, and it is set to this meta take on cartoon characters realizing I'm walking past a repeated animation background. What's happening? Why can't I leave? This was formative to me as a child. This was one of the most mind-bending things I had ever seen. I just watched it again today. I think I am a very different person if I never see Circles. But if I could not go to YouTube and pull up Circles, and I'm just trying to explain this to you, it sounds so fake. It sounds like an attempt at a scary story, like, I saw this one thing on Cartoon Network, but it wasn't normal Cartoon Network. And it's like the characters were trapped in hell.
Yeah.
This video, I need to tell you, this video is 19 years old, the YouTube upload, which means it is as old as YouTube. YouTube year one, somebody made sure this got on there.
Right after they went to the zoo, they were like, right. my time at the zoo, Circles.
After me at zoo, before David at dentist was the upload of Circles.
Yeah.
But this only has 1.7 million views in all of 19 years, which feels very low. So I think there's a small group of people who remember Circles enough to go look up Circles.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're a chosen select few.
Indeed.
And there's a reputation that YouTube comments are angry. Just as often, I see YouTube comments that are unnecessarily sad. Like, people just came here to really spill some feelings. Because the top comment on this video upload is, This song reminds me of waking up at 3 a.m., 10 years old. My mother was still alive. My father was sober and a good man. Life was good. And I had a plethora of Nintendo 64 games.
Going through it, dude.
That is, you boil it down, that is the core YouTube comment. It's not rage, it's that feeling. Most of them are that feeling.
It's like, let me return to some safe place. But is also like, isn't that just the metaphor for circles? Like you're back in the same spot,
exactly.
my guy. Like, what's happening?
Circles lives on. Circles tells the truth. It foretold the future. We're all stuck in circle, and then the circle is going back to Cartoon Network groovies.
Yeah, absolutely. God, I remember those. That was fascinating to me. There were a lot of stuff like that on like Cartoon Network related things where I discovered like certain music, like songs or certain bands and stuff like that. And like, yeah, just like, well, I feel like, yeah, like you said, I'd be a very different person if I didn't discover the Gorillaz through Toonami. But it was like one time I saw their like Clint Eastwood music video and I didn't know what it was. I came in halfway through. I was like, what is this? There's rapping. It sounds neat. I like this. And then it like never saw it again. Don't know what it was. And then like happened to download, or not download, the old school way. We went to Blockbuster. And I rented MTV Music Generator 2 for my PlayStation 2. This game that is basically like beat making software. And I was like experimenting, making beats, and they had the music video for the Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood. And like my brain lit up, was like, oh, it's that song! It's that song that was on Toonami!
I've told you about a time when this happened to me, when in like 2020, depths of 2020, and I'm stuck at home with my little work from home job that is driving me mad, and I throw on some random Spotify mix just to spice up my day, and it plays me a song I heard in a movie theater in 2006 when they didn't even show videos before the movie started. Right. You just sat there and listened to the radio or like some sort of movie theater music mix with an announcer that was like, and that song was Christmas is Going to the Dogs from Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas in theaters this November. They're just playing songs from movies. And I heard a song that I heard, I think, while I was waiting for Snakes on a Plane to start. And I'm like, I've never forgotten this song. And I don't know why, and no other person has ever referenced it to me.
Amazing.
But here it arrives, like it knew I was waiting for it, and it knew I needed that boost that day.
Yeah. I mean, like, and obviously the Gorillaz are such a hit band that I would have encountered them somewhere else. But I have also like run into like there's enough people that have had a similar experience of like, oh yeah, I heard of the Gorillaz because I was watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami late at night during Toonami's midnight run some random Saturday night, right? So like there's enough of us, but also like it feels like a select few. You're part of that like 1.7 million who went back to watch Circles multiple times on YouTube.
My older brother gave us a VHS tape that had recorded on it the music videos for, it was Clint Eastwood, Tomorrow Comes Today, and like 2000, whatever the Gorillaz song was where the title was just numbers. And I think some of the Daft Punk music videos, the One More Time series, Interstellar 5555. He recorded those, he gave them to us, and he's like, watch these, but stop watching after that because the rest of the tape is just Jackass. And I know Mom would be mad if I let you see Jackass.
formative.
And I was a good girl, and I never did watch the Jackass.
That is a sacred text right there.
That's extremely older brother core, and I hope
really
that we still have that today. I hope older brothers still have something like that.
Oh, that's
Watch
great.
this, but then you have to turn it off at a certain point. Don't watch the rest.
Yeah, good stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know, this is the Whatnauts Captain's Log, episode 306. Melissa, we are talking about creepypastas this episode. You had a prompt that you seeded to me a couple of weeks ago.
Do you have anything like what I just described with circles, where the thing is real, it is factually real, but if we were in like a pre-internet time where you couldn't easily Google it, if you had to explain this to somebody, it sounds like you are starting a spooky urban legend.
Kind of, yeah. So I'm not gonna lie, I struggled with your prompt, especially with the use of creepypasta. I know what a creepypasta is, but that term so often is used for like just any kind of horror story that's out there, and it's like, well, that's not exactly what it is. So I was struggling, like, does it have to like be scary that this thing exists? Like, what is going on here? And I know that was not.
What if
exactly
it's normal pasta,
right? Yeah.
What if it's safe pasta?
Spaghetti.
It's comforting pasta. Out with chicken noodle soup for the soul, in with comfort pasta.
So I have a few things that I feel like are maybe different versions of this, of where you could go. But yeah, that I think your walk around in circles one is a great example. I still get that song stuck in my head every time. So the one that I was like, I feel like this fits the best with what you just said, is that growing up, we had a VHS, a taped VHS that we recorded off of our VCR of what I thought was a movie. It may have been, but doing some research, it may have been like 3 episodes of a thing that has been edited into a movie at different times, and there's different versions of it out there. And it was this story about a guy that dressed up as a scarecrow and would like I was young enough where it interests me. It was like, okay, it's kind of spooky just based on his mask, but it's not a scary thing. I like superheroes and stuff, but he's not exactly a superhero. What's going on here? But then also I was young enough where like it didn't fully stick like what was happening. So it was just this like vague notion of like, there was this weird creepy VHS that we had that had this guy dressing up as a scarecrow on a horse, like riding through the marshes of something. And I for a long time didn't know what it was. Eventually I found out that this is the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. It is a old, like they did 3 episodes of this. I believe you can now stream it on Disney Plus.
What? Oh no, it's a man. I was picturing a cartoon.
No,
there's
live
a
action.
Man.
Yeah.
This is a human guy with like a cartoon scarecrow. That's fine. We can all handle cartoon scarecrow. This man, I think, would fuck you up if you were a little kid.
It's kind of terrifying. Yeah. So here's what this is about, because I think even explaining this is weird enough on its own. This is about the Reverend Dr. Christopher Sin. Sin spelled with a Y. So just in this character's occupation and name, we have multiple like black and
This
white
is so many
juxtapositions.
layers.
Yes, like he's a reverend and a doctor. He's faith and science, right? Okay, his name is Christopher Sin. Christopher, obviously, in relation to Christ, but his last name is Sin, but it's spelled with a Y. So,
Kyle, this really primed you for Lost. This was Lost training wheels.
Oh, yeah. So the Reverend Dr. Christopher Sin, who dresses up as a scarecrow to smuggle contraband from France into England. Christopher Sin, Melissa, is played by Patrick McGowan of The Prisoner.
Yes! Yes! That's him! That's The Prisoner!
Yeah.
Wow.
A different adaptation of the same material came out the year before, entitled Captain Clegg. I don't know where it gets that name, but it stars Peter Cushing as the main character, whose name was changed from Dr. Sin to Parson Bliss.
That's the new drug that the kids are doing on Riverdale. You want to take some Parson Bliss with me behind Pop's chocolate shop?
Bliss is also spelled with a Y. Both adaptations are based off of novels from the early 1900s, which are in fact based off of kind of true stories about the smuggling that took place in Kent and Sussex, England, way back when. This thing is bonkers. And I like, for the life of me, for a long time, did not know what this was, but that image of that scarecrow is just so haunting.
Yes.
And
this sticks with you forever.
Let me see if I can pull up some images here so everyone can see what this looks like. It is terrifying. I'm clicking over there on the wrong thing. This is what that scarecrow looks like if you're watching our video version. It really is like almost like a burlap sack, but like a white burlap sack that has like a black triangle for the nose. Eye holes cut out and like the Jack Skellington like Stitch mouth kind of thing happening.
It feels
in a frown.
A little Jack Skellington, a little The Crow.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. He has on this
I don't know why this guy
floppy hat with the straw as his hair.
This guy should have a goth resurgence. I bet if you went to a Halloween party inside of a Hot Topic and you saw somebody dressed like this, you'd be like, wow, cool new goth kid costume.
Right.
No, it's from 1963 from a Walt Disney special.
This does feel kind Scarecrow.
It does feel kind of ahead of its time. Why is the Scarecrow not headlining Oogie Boogie Bash, the Disney Parks After Hours Halloween party, where you get to see like rare Halloween villain characters? I don't think he was a villain, but he can operate as such for sure. Why do I not know this guy as a Disney nerd? Bring him back.
It felt just so haunting that it's like, I don't know if Disney wants to keep his name attached to this, especially after
Dr. Sin.
Right? Yeah. This thing is
there's Sin on Disney.
Horrifying. Like there's even a picture here of Walt Disney himself with the masks of a couple of the characters. So there's also like this skull mask that's in the center here, and then one that's an eagle. It's this like bird mask. I don't know if you can see that same picture.
I can't.
In your Google search. But these things are just terrifying. Yeah, it's just like, what was he thinking? He must have been on something.
When I was a kid, I did like uncanny things, so I think I would have liked the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. Maybe this is why you and I are friends. But I can easily see that this is terrifying to 99% of other children.
Yeah. And like that's the thing. Like it's not meant to be a scary story. right? It's not meant to be like, ooh, spooky. It's meant to be this like vigilante hero that is like this kind of like folk legend of like similar to Robin Hood in a way, but instead of stealing things, he's like smuggling contraband.
Where does he do this? Is this a Virginia story?
No, this is in England. This is in Kent and Sussex, England. So he's like fighting the British military, the Navy, right? Like that's who
Jack
he's
the
up
Ripper,
against.
Spring Heel Jack,
right? Yeah,
all the villains.
It almost feels
thing
like
this.
I don't know.
Why isn't the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh in a new League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Right?
With Jacob Elordi is
Come on,
the
man.
Scarecrow of Romney Marsh. You try and explain it to your parents, and you're like, the Scarecrow of Rami Malek. Got it. Loved him in Bohemian Rhapsody. Happy to see he's going to be
Honestly,
both a Scarecrow and a mummy.
That casting might not be that bad. The way he has that like creepy affect to some of his like straight performances, man.
Boy, howdy does he.
Yeah. So that is the one that I feel like fits the most, because this sounds like
absolutely.
a fever dream of like,
yes,
I don't believe you. That's Disney? No,
I went on such a ride with you explaining it. If you like the Scarecrow of Romney Marsh, my particular favorite weird spooky thing from Disney past is Mr. Boogedy.
Yes, I you have mentioned this to me once before.
This was like a 45-minute TV special. I did not find this until Disney Plus launched, and podcast The Ride made it their mission to find the most obscure thing possible on Disney Plus and watch it immediately as soon as the platform went live, and have this one weird old thing have an extreme spike on day one. Like, guess people have really been waiting for Mr. Boogedy on streaming.
Well, good news. There's a sequel, The Bride of Boogedy.
Yeah, I've seen them both. I've seen Mr. Boogedy a couple times. It's actually really entertaining.
That's so funny.
Throw it on.
Oh my God.
Yeah, do this for Halloween. So the family owns a joke shop. And so the whole movie is full of like silly glasses and fake vomit and dog doo-doo and all that stuff. So it's a family that runs a joke shop and they move into a haunted house.
I to be honest, would love it if the new MCU Doctor Doom's face looked like this guy underneath his mask here. He's
they
just
already
Mr.
have
Boogedy.
They have the rights. They have the IP. Look at Mr. Boogedy. Google him and look at him, everybody. They take off the mask. It's exactly this. Kyle, you've nailed it. Kevin Feige better watch out for his job.
Oh, man.
So one thing that did haunt me for years that I saw when I was little, and when I would try to explain it to my parents to ask what it was, they did not know what I was talking about, because it was such an abstract thing that I had trouble putting it into words. And that was the Langoliers.
I think this is also something you've mentioned to me before, because I've heard the name the Langoliers somewhere.
Just Google image search the Langoliers, and you'll know what it was that freaked me out so much that when I tried to tell my parents about it, there's just little mouth balls that eat everything. They didn't know what that meant. They couldn't help me.
This is like Shai-Hulud, the worm before Dune, right. Or like inspired by Dune, because I guess Dune was written a while back. But
so you know how a Butterfinger is a bar, but then they made Butterfinger BBs? A Langolier is like a Shai-Hulud BB. It's a Shai-Hulud bite, a little one.
Yeah. Wait, is this the movie that the one dude did the remake of, where it's all in the like paper cutout? Okay, that's the one. That's like I saw one thing.
I did tell you about that earlier this year.
Yeah. Interesting.
The Timekeepers of Eternity, where this artist took every frame of the 90s TV miniseries of the Langoliers. He printed every frame out on paper and reanimated it just by moving the paper around. And it's the most advanced, like, avant-garde piece of filmmaking I've ever seen. Like, not just weird for weird's sake. Like, this is the cutting edge, literally the cutting edge, because he had to make it using scissors.
They have, it looks like it's maybe the art for the book cover for Stephen King's original story, or one of the editions, but it's like the like cockpit windows of the plane, and the windows are all like foggy and steamy, and there's the two hands on there, and I think it's meant to be like scary, like bloody hands in the window. It looks sexy.
I bet it was.
It looks like
it
like
was
hands
scary
up on the window,
until Titanic came out.
Right? Yeah. Oh man, these mouth worm things are just so
I know.
odd.
I remembered them almost looking like furry little things because they don't open their mouths right away. And then they look more like those aliens from Attack the Block.
Yeah. Yeah, and then in like standard definition, they would have looked just like fuzzy.
Exactly.
Even though they're not.
Standard definition. That was the cause of a lot of fears because you can't really tell what you're looking at when you're a little kid on a standard def TV. Now, kids know exactly what they're looking at. 4K.
Wild stuff. So I may actually have to go get something. I completely forgot about this. Wow. I know I've told this on a previous episode of this podcast, but Melissa, I don't think you were on that episode. I may have mentioned this story in passing. Have I told you my Great Gatsby story?
You have not told it to me, but I listened to that episode. I'd love a refresher on the details of the story because I heard this like 7 years ago. So that's how long we've been at it.
If you wouldn't mind, let me go get it because I still have the book with
I'd love to see it. Thank you.
I will be right back, so you can talk to whoever is out there watching the Langoliers along with you.
I'd love to fill time. So cool. Jacqueline and I still look up Great Gatsby AMVs on YouTube just to see if people are making new ones where they play some sort of a romantic pop song, silly or serious, and have Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire make eyes at each other. It's eternal. I think it's one of the great American art forms like jazz.
Okay,
Welcome
I'm
back.
Thank you. So, this is a book by F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. You know it. You love it. You love to hate it, maybe? I don't know. I had to read this in school, in like middle school, I think, or like maybe early high school. I don't remember exactly.
11th grade for us.
Okay. I don't really have profound thoughts on the book itself. I really don't care.
Right. What is there new to say about The Great Gatsby? It's kind of been read to death.
I don't even have the things to say that aren't new. This is the thing that everyone thinks about The Great Gatsby. But yeah, so you know, in school when you have to read a book for school, like they have like a big box of like, hey, here's all of our 30 copies of the book. Take one, make sure the like number that's on the inside or something, right, that you like write your name by this thing so we know which copy you have. So if the book gets destroyed or something like that, they know it's like, Kyle's the one that screwed this book up, so we can charge him. So yeah, we read this book. That was it. I don't really remember it. Years later, when I'm in college, I get a package. A mysterious package was sent to my apartment and didn't know what it was, didn't know all of that. I open it up and it is this book. is the Great Gatsby. And I'm like, I didn't order the Great Gatsby. I didn't buy it. There's no return address, or not really. There's like this weird return address that's obviously not a person. It's not a like house. All of that stuff. There is no name. There is no note. It is just this book inside like the like yellow envelope with the like bubble wrap thing on the inside, right?
Gotta keep it safe.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like do some research on like what is this address that they sent it from, and from what I remember, it was kind of nothing. It looked like there was maybe a factory there, some kind of warehouse or something, but the images on Google Earth or what have you didn't really look like this place was in use.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like, this is strange. I don't know, like, why are they sending me a package from this location? It's so, like, there's not even, like, a sign on the building to be like, oh, this was, like, an old shoe factory or something. Just some, like,
now, if an old shoe factory
building
sent you the book,
not that would help,
that makes
right?
perfect sense.
not that it would help, but, like, at least it'd be like, okay, a shoe factory. Does someone I know used to work there? Do they work there now? Like it would be one more thing that could potentially lead me down, this rabbit hole here. But this was just a dead end, just this nondescript building kind of by itself. There was nothing else around it. I like you like to do the little thing where you can like turn around in Google Maps and see what else is out there, right? Nothing around it, just like, I don't know what this is. So I'm looking through this book, and the thing that stands out to me, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but there are notes. There are like someone was annotating this book as they were reading it, like it was used in school or something like that. I have page 25, they have underlined, but I didn't call him, for he gave a sudden intimation that he was content to be alone. He stretched out his arms toward the dark water in a curious way, and blah, 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 blah. They have that underlined in pencil, and underneath it wrote, Gatsby is lonely. Melissa, I don't know who annotated this. It's not me. It's not my handwriting. But these notes jogged my memory. Melissa, this was the copy that I had in school. Like, I remember these notes from when we read this book in school. This was the exact handwriting. Like, this was the copy that I had in middle school, early high school, wherever it
wow.
was.
So they don't erase it between students. It's just carries this document.
Well, like, yeah, you weren't supposed
of everything
to write
everybody's
in the book.
ever written.
You weren't supposed to write in the book, but there's so much notes in here all throughout the book to like sit there and erase it all, like would just be so time consuming that they were just like, it's fine. It's in pencil. Like,
it'll help them. They need to have it spelled out for them.
Exactly.
Gatsby is lonely.
But that's the thing is like, sure, they would have known that my name was attached to this specific book, but then how do they know where I live now? It was my question of like, sure, I get that, like, I had to, like, from the high school into college, I had to do all my applications, I had to give my address, like, all of that, but, like, my parents didn't give anyone my new address. Like, I asked that, like, no, they didn't, like, my teacher wouldn't have known. I don't think they would have been able to, like, they maybe would have known that I was attending the college I was attending and maybe could have contacted the school to be like, I have this package for him, can you deliver this to him, without like giving me his information. Like, it was just like, how does this get back to me? How is this my book, but it was sent from some mysterious location that wasn't even in the state of Virginia? Like, I have no idea what happened. How did the universe send me this book? Why?
Kyle, are you sure? Maybe someday you'll send it to yourself. I think you're going to loop back on this someday, Kyle.
I invent time travel in the future. Why? Because I'm lonely.
Is that why men do anything?
Right? The male loneliness epidemic. And that's how time travel is solved.
Right. You become the Great Gatsby. You invent time travel. Men do all sorts of extreme things.
Yeah.
Now that the Great Gatsby...
I was going to say, they have one more underlined thing here. It's a quote. It says, I was able to do the commissioner a favor once. He sends me a Christmas card every year. That's underlined in the note. It says, Godfather-like.
I was going to say, it reminds me of that Christmas cake that Tom Cruise sends everybody. You get on Cruise's good list and he sends you
a Christmas cake? I've never heard of this.
Oh my God, this is legendary. So if you even vaguely know Tom Cruise, like I listen to a podcast from who used to be the head writer of the Late Night with James Corden show. And Tom Cruise did like a couple sketches on the show and sends the head writer a Christmas cake. Like if you're just that tangential, you get the Christmas cake. And it's a cake from some local California bakery that's like a really soft, luxurious white chocolate coconut cake. And it's such a mark of pride. Like, I got the Tom Cruise cake. And I don't know if it comes with anything. I don't know if he sends you a card. I don't know the rest of it.
Comes with a Blu-ray of his latest movie.
His latest or like an old favorite.
With a reminder to turn off motion smoothing on your television.
Like the Grinch snuck into Cindy Lou Who's home, supposedly as Santa Claus to repair the light bulb. If you hear a noise in the middle of the night and you get up, that's Tom Cruise turning off your motion smoothing. Don't
forget to leave your remote out for Tom Cruise so he can change your settings.
You gotta leave him like a healthy popsicle or whatever it is he eats.
Yeah.
I don't think he eats the cake. He probably ate it once 10 years ago to make sure it was good.
Right, yeah.
I don't know if he's eaten it since. I don't know what his treat is. I think it's just popcorn because he is movies incarnate.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's this book. This was also kind of like a creepypasta in the way that it was sent to me, right? I don't have to explain what the Great Gatsby is to someone, but just the fact that I have this like real piece of media that someone sent me, and how it got to me is just a complete mystery.
I have some notes. I was at a family wedding hanging out with my nephew who is 26 years old. Mm-hmm. And somehow the Great Gatsby came up and he's like, what was the deal with those eyes? Like the eyes on the book. Are those like in the story? And I'm like, yes, the eyes of Dr. T.J. Eckelberg. It's the most famous thing in the book. You don't remember? And he's like, nah, I just thought it was a cool picture on the front cover of the book.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about the eyes. I haven't even watched the more recent Leonardo DiCaprio version.
It's a riot. We're going to do that, Kyle. Next year, I'm going to make you do it. It's so fun.
Maybe I'll reread the book before before we
I make you do an 11th grade English class with me.
Give a book report on the podcast.
You're only allowed to watch the movie You're only allowed to watch it in 45-minute increments over like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like you would when you were in school. If there's a boob, you have to get up in front of the screen and hold up a piece of construction paper over it.
Like the kid in Nacho Libre when they're about to take off his mask, and he's just like, no, you can't look.
Can't. So the Great Gatsby is in the public domain, and there are two competing Great Gatsby Broadway musicals. But I'm waiting for the rest of it. Like, we have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. We have Mickey's Mousetrap. When do we get our, it's in the public domain, now we make it a cheap slasher movie, Great Gatsby?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And when do we get the sci-fi turn where he builds a time machine, or Nick Carraway builds the time machine so he can go back and stop Gatsby from getting shot in the pool?
Sure, yeah. He is the eyes looking at the picture of
oh my
of this
God,
whole,
it's like Interstellar.
Yeah, that's to me that is like the most like real life creepypasta I have.
That's a great one. I love you've got, for a guy who doesn't like horror, some very creepy things have happened to you.
Some things, yeah, for sure. Do you have any more of them to share? I have like smaller ones now.
I really just I was just thinking about circles. This is a different question. What things have happened to me in my life that aren't just scary but can be simplified down into creepypasta format? What do you got?
I mean, the other obvious one, the one you know, is that weird mysterious CD that my parents had. I can't find.
That's more of a lost media mystery. Next month I'm going to solve that. Kyle, for your birthday,
wow.
I promise to spend at least
Detective Melissa.
Uninterrupted hour of hard research time trying to find you that mystery CD.
It's not just that I cannot locate the CD. I don't know what this CD was because I don't know the name of the band or the orchestra that was playing. It was this like jazzy, not orchestral, but band. Lots of woodwind instruments. But
were there vocals?
On some of the songs, because the one song that I do remember is that moon dance song. The "Can I just have one more moon dance?" That one. You know, moon dance. That one. No, but the like art on the CD, the like art design, it was made to look like a manila folder with this like top secret stamp on it. It was meant to be some kind of like spy thing, which makes me think like, oh, this would be like the soundtrack to some kind of spy movie, like a James Bond kind of thing. But it wasn't a soundtrack. It really felt like some kind of compilation CD or like super band almost of like, hey, we got all these like big name musicians to come together and record this thing, right? And not big name as in like Will Smith and Beyonce and like all of that stuff, but just like actual like musicians that like this is the top flutist in the world.
This thing's full of pops. Every different city's pops played on this.
Right, yeah. So
Pop Secret. Was that it? Is this what you're misremembering? Was it labeled Pop's Secret?
I don't think so.
And it was all pops?
No. But yeah, like, but that is the one song, and I haven't been able to find like that cover of that moon dance song that was
Kyle,
by that. Yes,
Kyle, Do you know why an orchestra is called a pops?
No.
A pops orchestra is an orchestra that plays popular music and show tunes as well as well-known classical works. They're just a less classical orchestra. The Boston Pops just play pop music, and that's why they're called the Boston Pops. I think this is the key to understanding the whole thing.
Pops Orchestra Top Secret Album.
Pops Secret. I think that's it.
Images. No, I'm not seeing it at all. Dang, they don't even have much on here. Seeing some weird picture of a cow. I don't understand it. I don't know where this album is.
The picture of the cow is probably from the film Top Secret, starring Val Kilmer.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, no. This, I don't know what this album was, and my parents, I think, got rid of this CD. I haven't seen it since I was a child. But it's just one of those things of like, I wonder what that was. And then I spend like hours on the internet, like trying to search all different kinds of terms and just not finding it. So not as scary, but just like weird that like, I just don't know what this is.
We'll get there.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that one. What else do I have here? This one's kind of a throwaway thing. I think I bought this game from Costco. I bought a video game, or somehow I ended up with a video game about a chicken trying to save the world from little aliens that were the shape of cubes. The game was called Mort the Chicken. And Melissa, I listened to a number of video game podcasts, and the ones, a handful of the ones I listened to, the hosts tend to be older guys that were like really big into like all of the, like they had the Amico, whatever the fuck it was, I don't know. Like they know like the obscure stuff. Is my point. This game is not good by any means, but this is one that I have never heard anyone else mention. And it just feels like this fever dream that I played this game, that I think I bought it from Costco. I think it was like a PlayStation game, Mort the Chicken. Let me see if I can even look this up. There has to be a picture here. Mort the Chicken video game. Yeah, Google knows what's up. Here we go. PlayStation. Let's put this on screen. Oh. Mort the Chicken. Yeah, there you go.
That absolutely is a Mort the Chicken.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, here's a Reddit thing. Does anyone play Mort the Chicken? I never hear blah 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 blah. Let's see what that has to say. Let me get this back over here. Does anyone play Mort the Chicken? I've never heard. This is in broken English. Does anyone played Mort the Chicken? I've never hear anyone talk about, comma, it's the most obscure game I know. Lol. I loved it. Played this game in my childhood. Maybe I play him again to beat. But then from a year ago, here we go. Yes, my brother and I loved this game when we were kids. I was shocked to see Mort had a cameo in Pizza Tower last year. It was surreal, but awesome. That Mort isn't exactly forgotten. Man, in Pizza Tower? Wow, that was totally unexpected.
Although I feel like it goes without saying that beating Mort the Chicken sounds like a euphemism for something else.
Right, yeah.
So I also have a 90s edutainment game that I've struggled to put into the right string of words to Google and find out what it is.
Okay.
We And I think another part, it's the Costco problem. I think this is not a real popular game. This is not one of the big ones like a Pajama Sam. It's probably something that my dad got cheap at like Sam's Club. It's probably like a knockoff thing from a not real brand, and that's why I can't find
it.
Like
$5 DVD bin. They just had like a whole bunch of stuff in there, and he was like, "Oh."
Or like, you know how you can get like Captain Crunch, or you could get the big bag of the Malto Meal Marshmallow Mateys. This was a Marshmallow Mateys.
I gotcha. Yeah.
It was some edutainment game where there was this big tree that stretched from like all the way up into like the stars. And as you went up every level of the tree, there was a different like science activity to do on every level until you get to the top of the tree, and it is like astronomy.
Okay.
And it's not like cartoonish, and I don't think you're a character. I think it is just a kids learning game. And I'm like, 90s edutainment game, big tree. And it's in my mind, it's next to some sort of a Spider-Man the Animated Series virtual coloring book.
Okay.
And I wonder if these were part of the same package.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, when I Google big tree, like nothing looks correct. Like this all looks too popular. What do you have that's more boring,
more obscure,
and more obscure? Because that's what I had.
Interesting. I almost had one like that. There was a game we had on the computers in elementary school that I at one point was like, I've never heard anyone mention this game. I can't find it online. Eventually, I did figure out what it was. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I did have something like that too. I'm just like, what is this game? I don't know, but that was Mort the Chicken. And I have one final weird one. So this is a television show about humans that have had multiple crises, catastrophes, where humans basically split. Half of them went to the moon and was like, hey, technology is great. We're gonna take all of our technology, keep going down that trajectory, and we're gonna go live on the moon. Whereas the other half was like, well, we don't hate technology, but it has led to some bad stuff. So let's regress our civilization by like 1,000 years so that maybe we can course correct, right? Yes, Melissa from the Whatnauts.com.
You're talking about the Jetsons and the Flintstones, right?
No, this is one television show.
I thought this was an elaborate joke, and that was the punchline, and I could get ahead of it.
No, good try though. But in theory, that's like, think of it like that, right? There's the like sci-fi group up there living on the moon, but then back on Earth, there are these like not Amish people. It's not religious that they're doing this, and they don't hate technology. They're just like, what if we just kind of hit the redo button and hopefully that like humanity will course correct itself and won't have to deal with these other crises. We can be better, right? And the people on the moon are like, well, we'll send down a delegation in 1,000 years to like see if humanity is ready for our technology to come back, and maybe we can enrich your lives or something like that. So they send down this delegation, and it's this young boy who's part of a team, and he starts living with these earthlings, right? Gets to know them, starts to like them, starts to fall in love. I think he works as like a driver for the royal family or something like that. It's more like a stagecoach kind of thing than an actual car, if I remember correctly. But just starts to be like, you know what? These earthlings, not so bad. I kind of like them. But it seems if I remember correctly, it seems like the rest of his group is like, man, these Earthlings suck. We have to destroy them. They didn't make it. They're bad. They're terrible. And somehow, some way, a fight breaks out. And one of the mountains that is by this town where everyone lives gets hit by a rocket and blows up.
Ugh.
And underneath this mountain, buried deep, is a giant robot. Melissa, this is Turn A Gundam. The Gundam series that was created for its 20th anniversary in 1999, in which the art style is inspired by Studio Ghibli.
Tricked me. This was a Gundam trick the whole time.
Yeah, but the Earthlings don't remember this technology. They're like, why is there technology in the mountains? What is happening? This is not real. And yeah, the one dude who's the driver is like, well, what if I pilot this Gundam and stand up for Earth and fight back against the moon people, my own people? Turn A Gundam. And you know how, because we watched the compilation movies of the Gundam, you know how it had the like samurai like V spike on its forehead thing there? Well, in this one, they move it down so it's more of a mustache.
Right. Yeah. Or like when you see somebody with a breathing apparatus, like a scuba, like like James Bond has had one of these in his mouth to scuba.
Yeah. It's a really weird, bizarre one because you can see the art style if you're looking at it.
It's svelte.
Yeah, it looks great. I remember really liking this one because it is so different than like everything else in the Gundam franchise. Gundam series. It's a different one for sure.
One of the related searches on Google is Turn A Gundam pilot, which I think is what you whisper every night when you go to bed and the moon is full and you look out at the moon and you're like, please God, turn me a Gundam pilot.
Yeah, it's supposed to be something like the upside down A is like actually some mathematical symbol for something. There's some explanation for it, or also like V for victory. It's like an upside down A, but it's right. I don't know. It's a really, really interesting one that's very different from the rest of Gundam. I don't know. Interesting stuff, but yeah, it just because it is so different is like, wait, that's Gundam? What are you talking about? I don't believe you.
What is the least Gundam thing? Is there like how not every Star Wars has Jedi in it? How there's like Andor, which is mostly a political thriller.
Oh.
Is there a Gundam that's like, yeah, Gundams exist, but mostly this is a medical drama. Mostly it's just MASH.
Almost. Let me see here. I'm going to send you this link on Discord. Yeah, so you can. It's just a link to a Wikipedia page. That's all.
I'll let you tell me a thing, but don't you dare make me read it with my own eyes.
Mobile Suit Gundam G Saviour. Come on. Where is this? Is it not loading? There it is. This is the 1999 American live-action television film created as part of the Gundam anime franchise.
Oh, God, I do remember this.
This film was produced as part of the Gundam Big Bang Project, which was a series of works made to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Gundam franchise. This was made at the same time as Turn A Gundam. So yeah, based on Mobile Suit Gundam, from what I know, this is set in the same timeline as the movies we watched, as the original show, but just far in the future, in the year 2020, or in the year 223. Whereas the one we watched was in 0079. So like 100 years and some change down the road.
I get so frustrated when you tell me a Gundam thing and I Google it and I go to images, and because Gundam is also a noun within the show, it only shows me the Gundam. I'm like, can you show me a human face, please?
Yeah,
it's
Savior,
just the big robots.
Gundam Savior, I think with a U. Saviour, is that right? Yeah, Saviour images. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, unfortunately not much except that like poster. Like that's the thing. Well, what I know from this is it is incredibly bad, and they did not have the budget to truly put a Gundam on screen. So there really isn't a Gundam in this thing. From what, like, it might kind of show up, but not in the way that like you would think it would. I don't know. It was like a CGI thing, obviously. If you scroll way down, you can get some pictures of it.
Amazing. I can find the original motion picture soundtrack to this, but not that Top Secret album you want.
Right? Yeah. What is this Reddit saying? Mark Curran is in this, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know who that is. Anyways,
we got to move on.
Yeah, that it just one of those like, this shit is weird. No one believes me when I try to describe this weird Gundam show. About
One time there was a live Gundam.
There was a Gundam.
He came to my window and he carried me in his big hand.
I mean, I know I had prayed to turn me into a Gundam pilot. Turn a Gundam pilot into me.
Turn a Gundam. Turn one into me.
May the Lord use my body as a vessel, as a Gundam. So yeah, that was all that I had for my like. These are kind of
very
creepypasta. It's not
Thank
scary,
you.
right? But it's just like it's so obscure and so bizarre that just like what are you talking about, Kyle? So good stuff with all of that. We've been going for an hour. Do you want to do a quick? I saw one battle after another.
I did
Fantastic.
too.
It was awesome.
Great.
I loved it. Yeah, absolutely incredible. I saw the long walk. Finally, I liked that one. I liked the second half. I think it really feels like they left a lot on the cutting room floor. Sometimes it was awkward to be like, obviously they have to do time skips, but like now they're mad at someone and I don't know why they're mad at this one kid. They're just like, shut up, dude, you're annoying. I'm like, I don't know why he's annoying, but okay. But the second, when he reveals like what he wants to do with the prize, I was like, okay, like once we get that and what's the metaphor for this whole thing, which is pretty obvious the entire way through, but when they really start being like, okay, let's start cooking with that, then I was like, I like this. This is good. It's fun. And then
Happy you enjoyed. Well,
Peacemaker season 1, so that I can start season 2.
I have not seen any of it yet. I loved one battle after another. I don't know if I'll be able to go out and catch it again in IMAX this time, but surely this won't be my last opportunity. Did you feel like The Master was a good primer for you to understand PTA a little bit before you went to go see this?
I don't think it was a bad one, but I feel like this movie is so different from that.
It is quite singular.
It's hard to compare. Yeah. And even the like very little I know about like There Will Be Blood, right, seems very different from that than what you've tried to describe to me from Punch Drunk. Like maybe not that like bonkers of a plot, all that stuff. Like this is pretty straightforward in terms of plot. I don't necessarily think this was even like funny. Like I certainly had some chuckles at
it's funny at parts
moments, right? Yeah, but like certainly not as much of a comedy as certain other bits. Like even in The Master had certain like, oh, this is a comedic bit here, right?
Yes.
I went to the matinee on Friday, like the 11 o'clock showing. I took the day off of work and went. So it was like me, an older couple behind me, and then I think there was like one or two other people up on the balcony watching it. The older
Where'd you
couple,
see this that you have a balcony?
In our local theater, they have some bigger auditoriums that have it's not stadium seating, it's all flat, but it's like the big recliner chairs, so you're never inconvenienced. And then there is an upstairs balcony that you can watch from up there. But the older couple behind me definitely left after the like first 20 minutes with all the like sex stuff that happens at the start. They were like, what? What is happening? This is not kids these days, right?
We'll go home and watch a sexless Leonardo DiCaprio movie like right, Inception.
Yeah. Which like I don't even feel like there was a lot of sex stuff happening at the start, but also like was not explicit like that I really remember.
There is a pretty prestigious boner, not visible. Pants boner.
Yeah,
like that's a lot more of a pants boner than I've seen in quite a while since like it's 2005 and the 40-year-old virgin is in theaters.
That is one of the more comedic moments as he's like walking around with his hands up, boner at like tent pulling his pants, right? Yeah, but they were not into whatever it was, and it's also very much a like revolutionary like these camps here are very much the like ICE concentration camps that we have nowadays, right? So being here in Oklahoma, certain messages are like, well, me and my Nazi sensibilities are offended by this, so. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. It was awesome. Great stuff.
Great.
I
saw.
Go ahead. Please continue.
My other trips to the theater. I saw The Smashing Machine. It's all right. It's a really specific vibe. Like it's set in between 1997 and 2000. And they live in this big Arizona mansion that's so Arizona. So I appreciated the movie in that it's truly a trip to another time and place I've never been and I will never get to go to.
Yeah, I decided to skip that one. I was like, maybe I'll go see it because they were trying to create some buzz around it. But everything I've heard was like, yeah, it's fine. It's all right.
The performances are quite good. There's some interesting style stuff, but
I also don't like wrestling. I don't know any like who this is actually about.
Well, it's not wrestling. It's mixed martial arts, Kyle.
All this I don't know who this is about. They're in a ring. They're fighting. They're big
they tell
men
you
slapping meat. You know.
I probably wouldn't have seen it either if I wasn't an Oscars nerd. I'm like, if there's buzz for anything, I must see it with my own eyes. I also saw the release party of a Showgirl, which is just Taylor Swift putting out one music video and 12 lyric videos and some behind the scenes clips. And you can go to the theater and see it. I have a bracelet. I got one of those light up like bonk
wands.
Sticks you use to cheer with. Yeah. Not a bad time. Kind of fun.
Did they did they set the wands to interact with the movie and light up at certain parts and stuff like that?
No, this is like a little LED strip inside a diffuse styrofoam tube.
I've heard of some of the like more extreme like K-pop shows doing stuff like that, where it's like timed to different stuff on their set.
This is not a live experience like that. They were all purple, and you watch lyric videos for the album. And the album, like, I guess it was good. I don't have like a metric by which I can like really understand Taylor Swift that well. There weren't as many high energy bops as she's had previously in her career, which isn't bad. It just means that there's not as many opportunities to wave around the big glowing stick, because you don't wave around the big glowing stick during a sad ballad. So I don't know why we even had them.
You can slowly wave it back and forth, right? You know, like we used to do with the cell phones.
People still do.
Yeah.
Well, I'd never had a glowing stick before. I'm going to use it for more stuff. It's in my car. Otherwise, I would have had it for this.
It's in your go bag in case there's like a tornado. You need to I have a light. I have a flashlight.
Look for me. Find me. This will keep me safe.
Taylor, come swiftly, please.
That's what I've seen in the theater. And you know me, Kyle, cramming it in. They call me the crammer. I've done a lot in like the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Interesting stuff. Do we want to save, because you have a bunch of other anecdotal stories that you have written here. Do we want to save those, or do you like, how fast can you get through them? I don't want to rush you, but I was being like, let's kind of wrap things up here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been at it a while. Since this is our last episode before our Halloween special, that means this is our clearinghouse for any possible anecdote that can be turned into a spooky story. So you got to say them now. This is what I've done. I turned into Dark Melissa again at another church basement fundraiser trivia night.
What happened this time?
I did not even play trivia. Not a question was asked to me, but I was helping set up. It just put up decorations and tablecloths and things like that, just in a volunteer capacity.
Okay.
And this trivia night, which is for a good cause, and it's like my mom's church friends that are doing it, and they've been doing this for like 15 years. So they're not new at this. But that's maybe the most surprising part. I am watching them lay out all the raffle baskets, all the silent auction baskets. And they are putting things together that have no business being together when they could so easily just split those into 2 separate auction items. No, they must all be together. And it made me just
Nintendo Wiis. 2. It's like,
no. Okay. So this basket number 7 is called Dining Delight with 3 exclamation marks, all caps. Every basket is called Something Delight. This is a $200 restaurant gift card. A gift card to another restaurant worth $68. Another restaurant gift card worth $50. Another one worth $25. Another one worth $25. So our amounts are all over the place. The one thing unifying these is that they're all like medium nice sit down restaurants. Then we have a $20 fast food gift card. And then we have $25 to a nail salon and $100 of like a shampoo basket.
Okay.
Under Dining Delight, you think the shampoo basket goes here and is not its own separate biddable item?
Well, if you're going to like the mid-tier, like maybe higher mid-tier restaurant,
if you're going to the Cheesecake Factory,
right? Yeah, get your nails did, shampoo your hair.
It just baffled me, and they had a fire pit. as one of the items you could bid on. And it's fire pit, lawn chair, s'mores kit, 2 potted flowers for your patio, and 4 tickets to the local children's museum. And I'm like, get those out of here. That doesn't go
you don't
here. Take
put
them
the
out.
children in the fire pit.
I'm like, why are these things together? Why don't you make 2 or 3 separate biddable items out of this? And my mom's friend, she's like, it just worked out that way. And I'm like, what do you mean? Did you run out of printer paper? Could you not make another bid sheet? It made me so upset I had to
what
leave.
What are the logistics behind this? Yeah, this makes no sense. Of like, you have so many food gift cards in this. Like, put that fast food one in the like fire
exactly.
pit one. That's all you need.
Yes,
that
it makes more sense there.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
The
Why
other
is it,
one,
okay.
Yeah,
and it's
we're
like
on the same page.
the escalation is not correct here because it's okay. $20, $25, $25, $50, $68, which must be a typo, and then all the way up to $200. I'm like, nobody stopped at $100 in between. $150? Right. No.
Yeah.
I don't. No. Oh, and then, when you go to these and they like have a little framed picture that's just all of the gift cards in a frame.
Mm-hmm.
There's one in the frame that's not listed on the bidding sheet. And I'm like, do I get that or not?
This is crucial information. Yeah, I mean, you could even make it like your own separate bidding item of like, here's a day like out at the science museum with the kids. Here's the tickets. Here's like a gift card to a restaurant nearby. Like here's the.
And I went to another fundraiser on Sunday, and that one was correctly portioned out, where it is dinner and a show packages. They are specific cohesive packages where it's like you get a night at this hotel, tickets to this show, dinner at a restaurant in the area, or you get pampering at this spa, dinner at this restaurant in the area. Like they make sense. They're not all slapdash thrown together like this.
That's so
and
funny.
Clearly they've been at this for like 15 or 16 years, so it's working. But it upset me that they didn't have a higher standard for a good raffle basket.
Melissa, I feel like this could have been a bit in Venture Burrows with Mr. White and Billy Quiz Boy, like trying to like rejigger these baskets, these prize things, and them arguing about what goes in each basket.
Like Dr. Orpheus just brings him a pile of things, and he's like, I just wanted to help. Take them. And Billy's like, no, White, nope. Nobody's going to bid on this. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You're correct. That is a show that is mostly pedantic arguments, and that's mostly what I have. This weekend, I also went on another house tour, but this one was all brand new model homes.
Ooh, okay.
So there's nobody who lives in them. And in most cases, they're not even a house. Some of them, they're a house you can buy, but some of them is like, no, this is attached to the selling office. Like it's one
I've
building.
Seen some of those, yeah.
This is a permanent model home, basically. And some of them are way out in like new developments, far enough out where you're like, St. Louis has got quite a sprawling suburb, but I'm like, I'm far enough away. I'm not in St. Louis anymore, even by generous descriptions. This is like deep Cottleville, which means nothing to you, but I assure you, deep Cottleville, far-flung Winceville is where I was, the depths of O'Fallon. And I'm just in like lots, just like dirt lots with like 3 houses.
Right.
You go inside one of the houses and they're all model home staged. And I did 6 of these and they all look the same. It is maddening. I talked the other week about nightmare fuel. I was certain that would give me a nightmare. Just being in 6 identical but separate homes all day. It's the same off the shelf like TJ Maxx decor, and these aren't supposed to be that personalized. It's purely an example.
Sure.
And they always have like boys sport room. No boys like anything that isn't sports.
Mm-hmm.
They're always boys sports. I never saw a WNBA player poster on any of them, so I know they're not girls' rooms.
Right.
2 of them had the same soccer bedspread, exactly the same. One of them had a weird Cardinals bedspread that had a cargo pocket in it.
For your bed snacks. Like, haven't you ever just been sitting there in bed and you wish you had pockets?
There's one pocket on each side on like the bottom third side of the bedspread. So where the bedspread hangs over the side of the bed, but it's not in arm's reach of you. You'd have to squiggle out of your blanket to get into your pocket for your tater tots or whatever, and then squiggle back to your pillows. I don't know what it's for, and I don't know why it's Cardinals branded.
Weird. Who knows? Mystery pocket.
I did get to finally go inside a residence at Newtown, which is the town with the obelisk I wanted to take you to.
Right, yeah. Okay.
And it's because it's just a model home that's the same as any of the other model homes. I didn't learn much, but it's a start.
Yeah. It's a foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Interesting.
The fascinating land of Newtown.
Pasta
got
wedding.
to wave. Oh, yeah. I don't know if this... I'm going to say something to you, and I don't know if this is a...
To married pasta.
Bow tie, do you take penne? So the classic St. Louis wedding food is muscatcholi. Do you even have that outside of here?
How do you
Have you had a muscatoli in your life?
I don't think so.
I don't know. It's not my job to spell it. It's my job to say it. Muscatoli.
I see mostacholi with a T. Not even kidding. Like that's the thing that it like corrects me to.
No, that's mostacholi.
Yes.
Like it's just one big noodle. It's just one massive noodle, and they call it mostacholi.
I don't know if you've just been hearing this wrong your entire life or the internet is just completely wrong. Because I could bring this up on screen. Like, this is what...
Okay, I'm seeing it. I've always heard it pronounced muscatoli. Maybe because the name means little mustaches in Italian, at least according to the AI overview. I swear... Muscatoli. Nobody pronounces it mostacholi.
Yeah, it's just not spelled like that.
But you see that it's like it's a penne noodle. Yeah, basically a penne noodle in like a red meat sauce. And every St. Louis wedding has this.
Baked ziti is kind of what it looks like.
Right. It's nothing fancy, but we all have it. And at every event in our life, birth, wedding, death, we've had the muscatoli. But this wedding, I went to one of my cousin's weddings. She had a tortellini in a white sauce. And I thought, that's revolutionary. That's bold. The muscatoli police are going to come for you in your tortellini.
Interesting.
I couldn't have imagined.
I don't know, because I've had some kind of variation of it. Feels very like a Taco Bell, same 5 ingredients coded, but just in a different order.
Oh, St. Louis loves 5 ingredients. We love cheese, tomato, carb. That's mostly what we eat, and sometimes a Gus's pretzel.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, every wedding has this. There were a lot of little kids at this wedding, and it's really special when the wedding DJ plays those stock songs, like plays Yeah by Usher and Lil Jon. Yeah. And you see the little baby and you're like, that's the first time that baby's ever heard Yeah. And it's like,
I bet he freaking loves this song, man.
I hope so. I mean, there's a reason why they still play it at every event.
Because it's fairly tame, and like we're of the age now where we are going to these events where it's like, I remember this song in the club with my homies. Oh yeah.
I don't dance. Even the songs that tell you how to dance, like the cha-cha slide, I don't get up and do them. But I have such an appreciation for them that I'll sit down and I'll watch other people do them. And I'll just smile placidly at the Cupid shuffle with appreciation. It's like I'm staring at the painting American Gothic, like, yes, American art.
Yeah, you cha-cha real smooth. All right, go, you uncle.
They did. Just nice to see. Some dinosaurs were there, and I didn't know what that was about. Like when the whole bridal party comes out, two people are just wearing those blow-up dinosaur Halloween costumes, and I don't know who they were because I couldn't see their faces. And then, like, after that bit, they took them off. And I'm like, I don't know who that was. I don't know what it was for. They didn't reference it. It happened for 3 minutes. It was there, and then it was gone. I don't think my cousin likes dinosaurs. I don't know what any of that was about.
Maybe some kind of fun inside joke or something like that.
She mostly likes 90s R&B slow jam hits.
Okay.
Which is another thing I found very charming.
Yeah,
the boys were two men, and the boys to men was cranking
boys to dinosaurs.
They were, the one repeat steps 1 through 3. That one, that's their first dance, and I thought it was so cute because like that has become, it's gone beyond cliche to become archetypical. Like that, like 5 Steps to Love or whatever the song is by Brian McKnight is like one of the core stories. It's like the hero's journey Joseph Campbell wrote about. It truly, like she's taking part in like an ancient text when she picks this as her first dance song. Fun to see a wedding.
You know, it's going to be
a
really
pasta
funny.
Wedding.
Someday, 20 years in the future, that little kid who heard "yeah" for the first time on the wedding dance floor is going to be on some podcast or the next thing after podcasts, right? And will be like, guys, lost media. There was a song from when I was a kid that I heard and I really liked. Can't find it for the life of me. Oh my God. Don't know what it was about, but this guy just kept saying yeah.
There's some mysterious voice and he tells you there's some mysterious voice and he tells you to Charlie Brown, and I didn't know what a Charlie Brown was. And then we kept going to the left, to the left, to the left, and then to the right, to the right, to the right. Like we were going in some sort of circle.
And I don't need to walk around in circles, like
I don't need to. I can't believe it's spelled Mostacholi. Like I think every time I've seen this word written down, my brain has scrubbed over it. Like this might be my Berenstain Bears.
I wonder if it's just like it actually is pronounced Muscacholi. Is that what you said? Right? Muscacholi?
I swear. Muscacholi.
I'm wondering if it's a lasagna situation of like, well, lasagna has a silent G. We have to do some weird thing in this one. So what if it's Mostacholi, but you pronounce it Muscacholi?
When I was a kid, one of our favorite foods was salsiccia, which is Italian sausage, like spiced Italian sausage, pizza sausage, basically. That's what Dad fed us little kids. We ate it as often or more often than hot dog. And it's really tough when you're a little kiddo and you got to fill out the info sheet about you at school.
What's your favorite
and write the name of your favorite food. Salsiccia. And it's spelled like salsita, but it is exclusively pronounced Sazitza. So,
it's like, no, you meant pizza, Melissa. No, I did not mean pizza.
Sazitza. It sounds like something the Scat Man would say. I'm the Scat Man. Sazitza, Sazitza.
Or like in Emperor's New Groove when Krunk is doing his own theme song. Sazitza, 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 Sazitza.
Growing up, not eating hot dogs, only eating Sazitza is the most St. Louis thing. I think
so
that's
funny.
it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Are we wrapping things up right there?
I think so. That was my little whirlwind tour of stuff I've done.
Good times. Thank you for bringing back Dark Melissa. Well, yeah, let's wrap things up right there. Melissa, where can people get in contact with you?
Email me with your favorite standard wedding songs at yourhostmelissa@gmail.com. They did a single ladies where they made all the single ladies go out onto the dance floor.
Yeah.
And that always embarrasses me, but they called for it and nobody went out there. And I thought, oh no, they baked this into the structure of the wedding without doing a census first and actually confirming that they had sufficient single ladies. So I'm like, if it's just me, then I have to go. I can't embarrass my cousin. I guess I have to go out there. And then I go out there and then I'm followed by a bunch of 12-year-old girls and it was mortifying.
Great. Love it. Oh man. You know what? I would also like to see what were the most obscure wedding songs you guys have heard. If you can let Melissa know that and bring some of those on the show down the road, that'd be interesting to hear too.
I've got them. Boy, if I feel like your wedding song is either the same wedding song that 1,000 other people that weekend are dancing to, or it's something nobody has danced to ever and nobody ever will again.
Right. Yeah.
It's normal or extreme weird. Those are the two kinds of first dance songs.
Good stuff. Good stuff. If you want to follow me, I am at Yo Kyle Springer. And if you'd like to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at The Whatnauts, we are at thewhatnauts.com on Blue Sky. So please go like, share, and subscribe. You guys know the deal with that. If you're watching this on YouTube, go check out more of our videos right over there on that side of the screen. That would help us out a bunch as well. And this will wrap up episode 306 of the Whatnauts Captain's Log. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.